What the hell is Saw Sports or whatever that last call was talking about? What the hell is that?
Guys are from Free Love, man.
What is up, Sauce Nation? It is your boy Hector Flores coming at you with a video, and we're going to talk about the Houston Dash and actually a preview of the Challenge Cup 2020, which is pretty much the substitute for the NWSL season, as obviously the season didn't get to go to full fruition because of the whole pandemic. So the NWSL has come up with this tournament, and I'll explain the games. I'll also kind of give you a real quick preview. I know we don't really talk about the Dash that much, but I'm going to try to do enough justice to the Houston Dash and cover the Dash community. So here's this video for you guys. So if you guys want the content on the other teams in H-Town, like the Astros, the Dynamo, or the Rockets, or other teams in the Houston area, just like the Houston Dash, make sure you guys subscribe to Saucy Sports TV, and as well as click on that notification bell so you guys will be notified when we drop videos, and also when we do our live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. So you guys make sure you guys stay tuned for those things. And if you guys want a little bit more of an interaction with the guys from the Roundtable or with Ed Honcho, the man from Saucy Sports, make sure you guys join the Patreon. If you sign up for that $5 tier, you will be put into our Discord, where you will actually get to talk with not only other Discord members and Patreon members, but also guys from the Roundtable and Ed Honcho, not only in chats, but also in voice discussions. So if you guys want that, make sure you guys join the Patreon. But without further ado, let's get going with the video. So the Challenge Cup will be in Utah. That is going to be the hub city for this tournament. It is going to go from June 27th and finish in July 26th. So it's roughly a month-long tournament, and it is going to have a prelim matches, and then we'll go into a knockout stage. Now the prelims, essentially the reason why it's there, kind of giving you a little, essentially like a group stage if you want to look at it like that. But the prelims are there. They're going to play 4 preliminary games. Once they play all 4 games, they're going to look at the standings, and the top 8 teams will advance into the knockout stages. Now mind you, there's only 9 teams in the NWSL, so that means that only one team will not move on to the next round. So the chances are very big for the Dash. But let's go ahead and talk about these prelim games. They're going to have their first game on July 1st against the North Carolina Courage, July 5th against Sky Blue FC, July 9th against the Chicago Red Stars. And I really want to highlight that game because of one player, and that is Kalia Ohai Watt. That is correct. The former captain of the Houston Dash, who now plays for Chicago Red Stars. And for you Texans fans out there, also the wife of JJ Watt, if you guys didn't realize from the last name. But she plays there, so it's going to be kind of a little bit of a reunion, if you will, with them, obviously, because last year she was with the Dash, and obviously she made her move to Chicago. So that's going to be a game I highlight personally, just because obviously it's Kalia Ohai. And July 13th against Washington Spirit. Now these are the 4 games that they'll be playing for the prelims, and like I said, if they're able to handle their business here and at least finish in the top 8, which, like I said, the chances are very good for them, they can go into the knockout stages and pursue a championship. But let's go ahead and talk about the Dash from 2019. So 2019 was pretty rough, man. They finished 7th place with 7 wins, 5 draws, and 12 losses. Their average goal score was not even 1. It was actually .88, and they allowed 1.5 goals, averaging that. That's not terrible. I'll say that. I mean, obviously, you're averaging slightly under 2 goals a game, but the fact that you're just not scoring goals. So I think, obviously, the emphasis is to get some help on the attack-wise, or even looking from what you already have. Is there somebody there that can step up? Obviously, Kalia Ohai leaving, takes a toll, but she wasn't one of the higher goal scoring players for the team. When I think of the goal scorers, I think of Rachel Daly, who had 5 goals last season, Sofia Huerta, who is no longer with the team. But I think Rachel Daly, is going to be the person that I will be looking at this season Obviously, she played for the English women's national team in the World Cup, and hopefully she can come in and step up to be that person in the attack. But the Dash did went ahead and got in a overhaul of players, basically, I think pretty much covering every position, and I think it's just kind of what you have to do when you finish 7th place. You just need to go out there and get some players, maybe change things up, and maybe see what happens from there. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So when I say the Dash did a massive overhaul, I mean an overhaul. It is a lot of players, but I think there's a reason why, and it's because you finished 7th place. You need to get better. You need to score goals. That's the thing. You're not even averaging a goal per game. You need to get that number up. So I definitely think that's definitely one thing that they're looking at. Defense could be improved. I don't think that number is necessarily bad, but it definitely can be better. And so here is the people. Now this is going to be all the girls coming in order in which they came in. So, or at least in order in which they were announced, to be more specific. So we're going to kick things off with Katie Nodden, a defender, Katie Stengel, forward, Lindsay Harris, goalkeeper, Megan Kelly, midfielder, Erin Simon, defender, Megan Crossan, defender, Amanda Dennis, goalkeeper, Bridget Anjaszewski, forward. For future references, I'm going to call her Ski. Bridget Ski. That's probably what I'm going to call her for future references, guys. And Brianna Visali, midfielder. Now, like I said, it's an overhaul. They address pretty much every position on the field from what it looks like. And I think when you're in the position where you're at, where you finish 7th place, you just need to do that. I think that this group of players can definitely, some of them can step up and definitely help improve this team. And it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with this overhaul, and kind of the fact that they're going to need somebody to come and step up and be, that it factor for this team and that spark for them. Maybe not just this group of players, but obviously the current players on the roster as well. So yeah, now let's get going with my expectations from the Challenge Cup. I think for the Challenge Cup is pretty much, these girls have been doing their part in making sure they're going out and training and getting back to some level of fitness to compete. Now, we're not going to know until they play where they at exactly, because obviously training is one thing, but being actually in a game is a whole different thing. So it's going to be really exciting to see that. Now, my expectations from this is just go out there and compete. I think it's just very good and simple. Hopefully these girls can get a chemistry going. As long as they can get some results. I mean, top 8 moves on. So as long as they don't hit that last place spot, which is 9th, that's the only part that's going to be tough. So if they're at least able to finish between 8th and 1st, obviously they'll be fine and they can move on to the knockout stages. Now, knockout stages is going to be a little bit more grueling, but I think that obviously if you can get some confidence and you start getting some chemistry going with this new group of players, plus with the players that are coming back, it's going to be really interesting to see how much this team has improved, especially under these circumstances. I mean, come on, this is going to be very telling of how committed these players are to the team and what the goal is, which is obviously to win the Challenge Cup. So I'm really excited about it. Now, if there was a player I am kind of having my eye on specifically, it is going to be Rachel Daly. And the reason why I say Rachel Daly is because obviously she is an English national team player. But I feel like whenever I watch Rachel Daly play, the times that I do watch Dash games, Rachel Daly just seems like a beast. And so I'm really looking forward to see what Rachel Daly can do. And for the goalkeeper, I'm actually going to say Jane Campbell. I'm actually interested to see what she can do. She looks like she's tenacious, and honestly, that's what I like about goalkeeper. She's very young. I think that she's going to be really good. She had like 6 clean sheets last year. Hoping that she improves, and I think with more help on the defense, her stats are going to get even better. And I think with the defense gets better, the midfield's going to get more confidence, can get the ball out to the attack and score goals. And I think that it starts from the back. If they can fix that, if they can solidify the back, which I don't think really needed much. Maybe needed like a few tweaks, but once you solidify that back line and you can stop them from scoring goals, and you can give that confidence to your attack to go at there and press hard and score goals, I think this team could easily be turned around and look like a very solid team going into this tournament. Now, like I said, it's gonna be very difficult. A lot of these players haven't played a game together in a while or even ever, and so this is gonna be kind of just props to all of these women that are going to compete in this tournament. This is going to be the first professional sport that's going to be played and broadcast, which will be all on CBS. So CBS All Access. CBS will have opening day and the championship. So just through CBS you can watch it, and I believe they will also be streaming them on Twitch. So there's that for you as well. So that is my expectations. Basically, just finish in the top 8 and go out and compete in the knockout stages. So the 2020 Challenge Cup, like I said, is going to be the first American sport being played, and it's very huge. And I think I want to first off give props to the NWSL again, because of the fact that not only were they able to make this tournament a thing, but the fact that they were able to provide benefits still for the players and still give them their full salaries, it's still very huge, and I think that's a very important thing to see. And obviously when you're seeing other leagues that are kind of struggling with contract disputes as far as salary goes, or trying to figure out how many games to play or what are they going to do to finish, all those things, and you see the NWSL just handling their business and making sure that their players are taken care of, and not only them but their families as well. So I think it's honestly very great I think it's great that this league is the one that starts first, because of the fact also it's able to showcase what these women can do, and I think that's the best part of it. Also, I can't wait to see it. We need to start giving more attention to the Dash. I think the women's soccer, U.S. women's soccer as a whole should be getting more attention as it is, because obviously they're the ones winning World Cups, and so women's soccer needs to definitely be more showcased. I think we should really be more about it. So that's what's motivating me to do these videos for the Houston Dash, because not only do I want to talk about the Dash, but I also need to learn about the Dash as well. So this is kind of giving me the opportunity to learn about the Dash, and at the same time, I can talk about soccer, so why don't I talk about the Houston Dash? So if you guys like this Dash video, make sure you guys like this video. Go ahead into the comment section. Tell me how excited are you about this. This is going to be the first sports here in the U.S. Is there some concerns that you have with the tournament? What is it in general that you have about this tournament going into it? And you know what? Ask me, man. Are you guys gonna watch this? If it's on, are you gonna go ahead and watch the NWSL's Challenge Cup? Are you gonna do it? And if so, just tell me, man. So with all that being said, man, if you guys want the extra content on the other teams in H-Town, like the Astros, the Dynamo, the Rockets, and the other teams here in H-Town, like the Houston Dash, make sure you subscribe to Sauce Sports TV. And if you want that Houston Texans talk, go over to Sauce Sports and you'll get it there as well. And of course, if you guys want more of an interaction from us, make sure you guys join the Patreon. Sign up for that $5 tier and you get yourself into Discord, and you can go ahead and communicate with us. But that's all I really got for this video. So chucking up a deuce. Y'all stay saucy.
Perfect.